you the length and breadth of what you're working with regard to this planet. And when I tell you that an individual is liable to have an assist, I'm talking against what he is liable to be manifesting when he needs one. He's most likely to be in two. The odds are way in favor of his being two, or he's most likely to be the victim of a cluster. But these are merely most likely. You still go through the whole process. You don't just immediately hang this one, he said, because it might be a matter of odd case that is wrong. Do you see? Now, your PC would suddenly start to spin when he was doing 3. He has audited an incident 1 on one Satan and started an incident 2 on another, who hasn't had his incident 1 run. If you can get to him in time, you have the second Satan run back to the incident 1 and run in. In other words, the PC made a mistake. Then PC's idea, from solo auditing and so on, their ideas of running body Satans are some of the damnedest things I have ever heard of. But, I beg your pardon, may I amend the statement? They're some of the goddamnedest statements I ever heard of. Weird. How the hell can they dream up these things? There was somebody the other day we found that was putting in an R factor, and he was going through the entirety of Marvel's session, and so forth. There's, I suppose, a guy who has trouble running another Satan at that proximity. He's probably not very horsepowered or something. So all I ever did was a body Satan was just go to think. And this is one, go through it, get your stop off, get your stop off, hey, that's mine, he'd say, I'm leaving. Tremendous underestimation. Many people are too frightened of body Satans. They all of a sudden say, I'll go on a test. Let's hope nobody finds out. Oh, except their own throats, because the later OT sections are booby trapped. Now, the exact way you take a person who is hinted on body Satans, he's still having a lot of trouble and so forth. He really didn't finish 3. He just went cut and ran. Status happy or something. If you take the individual and you do a standard action for 4, he says he's 4. All right, he says finish 3. All right, well, good.
The last thing I saw was a hallway ceiling, 4 feet wide, finished along its edges with a plaster molding that looked like a long row of small fish, each trying to swallow the one ahead of it. The last thing I saw was a crack of yellow sky between buildings, partly obscured by a line of washing. The last thing I saw was the parapet, and beyond it the trees. The last thing I saw was his badge, but I couldn't tell you the number. The last thing I saw was a full shot glass, slid along by somebody who clapped me on the back. The last thing I saw was the sedan that came barreling straight at me while I thought, it's okay, I'm safely behind the window of the donut shop. The last thing I saw was a boot, right foot, with nails protruding from the instep. The last thing I saw was a turd. The last thing I saw was a cobble. The last thing I saw was night. I lost my balance crossing Broadway and was trampled by a team of brewery horses. I was winching myself up the side of a 6-story corner house on a board platform with a load of nails to the cornice when the weak part of the rope hit fully sideways and got sheared. I lost my way in snowdrifts half a block from my flat. I drank a bottle of carbolic acid, not really knowing whether I meant to or not. I got very cold and coughed and forgot things. I went out to a yard to try and give birth in secret. Something happened. I met a policeman who mistook me for somebody else. I was drunk on my birthday and I fell off the dock trying to grab a gold piece that looked like it was floating. I was hanged in the courtyard of the Tombs before a cheering crowd and people clogging the rooftops of the buildings all around, but I still say that rascal had it coming to me. I stole a loaf of bread and started eating it as I ran down the street, but there was a wad of raw dough in the middle that got caught in my throat. I was supposed to get up early that morning, but I couldn't move. heard a sort of whistling noise above my head as I was passing by the post office. That's all I heard. I was hustling a customer who looked like a real swell, but when we got upstairs he pulled out a razor. I owed a lot of rent and got put out, and that night curled up in somebody else's doorway, and he came home in a bad mood. I was bitten by that black dog that used to hang around, and I forgot all about it for 6 months or so. I ate some oysters I dug up myself. I took a shot at the big guy, but the hammer got stuck. I felt very hot and shaky and strange, and everybody in the shop was looking at me, and I kept trying to tell them that I'd be all right in a minute, but I just couldn't get it out. I never woke up as the fumes snaked into my room. I stood yelling as he stabbed me again and again. I picked up a passenger who braced me in the middle of Broadway and made me turn off. I shot up the bag as soon as I got home, but I think it smelled funny when I cooked it. I was asleep in the park when these kids came by. I crawled out the window and felt sick looking down, so I just threw myself out and looked up as I fell. I thought I could get warm by burning some newspaper in a soup pot. I went to pieces very slowly and was happy when it finally stopped. I thought the train was going way too fast, but I kept on reading. I let this guy pick me up at the party, and sometime later we went off in his car. I felt real sick, but the nurse thought I was kidding. I jumped over to the other fire escape, but my foot slipped. I thought I had time to cross the street. I thought the floor would support my weight. I thought nobody could touch me. I never knew it hit me. They put me in a bag. They nailed me up in a box. They walked me down Mulberry Street, followed by altar boys and 4 priests under a canopy, and everybody in the neighborhood singing the Libera me Domine. They collected me in pieces all through the park. They laid me in state under a rotunda for 3 days. They engraved my name on the pediment. They drew my collar up to my chin to hide the hole in my neck. They laughed about me over the baked meats and rye whiskey. They didn't know who I was when they fished me out, and they still didn't know 6 months later. They held my body for ransom and collected, but by that time they had burned it. They never found me. They threw me in the cement mixer. They heaped all of us into a trench and stuck a monument on top. They cut me up at the medical school. They weighed down my ankles and tossed me in the drink. They gave speeches claiming I was some kind of tin saint. They hauled me away in the Ashman's cart. They put me on a boat and took me to an island. They tried to keep my mother from throwing herself in after me. They bought me my first suit and dressed me up in it. They marched to City Hall holding candles and shouting my name. They forgot all about me and took down my picture. So give my eyes to the eye bank, give my blood to the blood bank, make my hair into switches, put my teeth into rattles, sell my heart to the junk man, give my spleen to the mayor, hook my lungs to an engine, stretch my guts down the avenue, stick my head on a pike, plug my spine to the 3rd rail, throw my liver and lights to the winner, grind my nails up with sage and camphor and sell it under the counter. Set my hands in the window as a reminder. Take my name from me and make it a verb. Think of me when you run out of money. Remember me when you fall on the sidewalk. Mention me when they ask you what happened. I am everywhere under your feet.
If for any reason your ears are prevented from vibrating throughout the entire normal range of frequencies, either because they have some physical defect or because the phonograph equipment is of low fidelity, sound quality will be quite different from normal. Listen to the orchestra as it might have sounded on an early phonograph record.
Here is another test in which your imagination will create a control over your nervous system. At the same time, I think you realize there is an essence in this of truth, such basic truth, as to how you will be able to exert a greater control and influence over your life's activities when you're improving in some skill or way of thinking or perhaps future development. Close your eyes. Listen to my voice. Once again, once you master this particular test, you will not need, of necessity, have to listen to this phase of the recording. And yet, in about 2 minutes, perhaps 1 minute, you're going to find uncontrollably that you have to swallow because your mouth will begin to salivate. It will begin to water. It may be happening already. An idea can be that powerful. But if it hasn't happened already, start to visualize in your mind's eye a lemon, a yellow, juicy, fresh lemon. Imagine that in front of you someone is inserting a knife into the lemon. And as they slice through, the moisture, the juice is oozing out of the lemon, dripping down. The more you think about it, the more you almost spontaneously feel your mouth watering just as if you were tasting that lemon. Imagine that you were placing that lemon against your lips. Just think of this, sucking it, and notice how your mouth begins to water, to salivate. There are times when individuals may actually begin to taste a change that could be that likened to a lemon. But you have just seen another experiment in which your imagination can produce a response in your physical and in your nervous system.
Well, Sergeant Friday, this is your cohort calling in a weekly update for the situation. I'm sort of out of touch with myself right now because I've turned white because, anyway, what I was saying was I am totally screwed up here, and I don't know what I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to get drunk tonight, so it's really bad, and I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do, so I have to think of some ideas, and that's all I can work on tonight is ideas. Expensive ideas. Anyway, I'll let you know how it progresses, but I don't know what I'm going to do here.
All right, students, Danny O'Day, it's review time. Now, I hope you put in a lot of time practicing the sounds as I've taught them to you on this record. If you have, then you can do the simple alphabet for me without moving your lips. Danny, come on, let's hear it.
The what? Oh, the simple alphabet, the first thing you gave us. Yeah, that's easy. Let's see.
Don't forget to position your mouth.
Okay, teeth together, not clenched. Lips parted slightly. Mouth relaxed. Tongue loose in the mouth. Right.
Now, let's hear the simple alphabet.
Here it comes. A, C, D, E, G, H, I, J, K, L, N, O, Q, R, S, T, U, X, Z.
Very good, Danny. Very good. You didn't move a muscle.
Thanks, it was nothing.
Now, the difficult alphabet. Now, using the substitute sounds while thinking the original sound. Remember, the difficult alphabet consists of the letters B, F, M, P, D, W, and Y.
Yeah, I think I know this real good. Boy, have I been practicing in front of a mirror. Now, for B, I say D and think B.
Right. Try it.
It comes out like this. B.
Almost perfect, Danny.
Thank you. Now for F, I say F while thinking F.
Try it.
Here goes. F.
Beautiful.
Talent, Nelson. Just talent. For M, I use N, and it sounds like M.
Well, not perfect, but close enough.
Okay, now for P, I say T, but concentrate hard on P. And here comes P.
Nicely done, Danny.
W and Y we lump together using the sounds O and I, and it comes out O-Y, or Y.
Danny, you've got it. Now give me the entire difficult alphabet.
Here it comes. P, F, M, P, Z, W, or Y. Hooray! Old Day's done it again!
Now, Danny, how would you like to learn the ventriloquial voice?
The what voice?
Ventriloquial. You see, you've learned how to talk without moving your lips.
Yes.
Now you have to learn to change your voice when you work with the little dummy on your knee.
Hey, that's right. I've learned all this in my own voice. I'll have to learn to change it if I want to be a real
Ventriloquist.
That's what I said, yeah.
Now, everyone seems to call the little fellows who sit on the ventriloquist knee dummies. Actually, they're called figures, and that's what we'll call them from now on.
Thank goodness for that.
So with a little figure sitting on your knee, you naturally want them to speak in a different voice from your own, don't you?
Sure. How do I learn to change my voice?
Well, actually, you have two choices.
Two?
Yes, Dan. You and our student listening to this record have two choices. Two types of voice that you can choose to make your little figure sound different.
What are they, Nelson?
Well, the first one is the falsetto voice.
Never heard of it.
Well, you should have, because it's a voice you use.
Oh, you mean this voice way up high like this?
Right, Dan. Naturally, you wouldn't want to use that for your figure because it's too much like your own. But perhaps our student here has a lower voice. Then the falsetto would be perfect for him. Now, if that's the case, student, then picking your voice will be easy for you. All you have to do is listen to this record and copy Danny O'Day's voice.
How about that? I'm going to be copied. I'm going to be copied.
But remember to practice the new voice in front of the mirror, and don't forget what I've taught you earlier on this record.
Yeah, but Nelson, what about the other choice?
Well, the other voice, Danny, is called the pinched voice.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
The pinched voice is exactly what it sounds like it should be. You pinch your voice as tightly as you can and force the sound out through your nose.
I don't know anybody who talks like that.
Yes, you do, Danny. Our little mascot, Farfel.
Farfel? That's the ugliest dog in the whole world.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Would you?
He's here. Get that dog out of here.
Now hold it, Danny. As long as Farfel's here, he can be a perfect model of the pinched voice.
Did you say the pinched voice?
Yes, I did, Farfel. You see, we're trying to teach our students how to select a voice for their figures.
They're what?
Dummies to you.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So, student, it's up to you. Which voice is easiest for you to do? Which is easiest to do without moving your lips? Try them both. Copy Danny's voice and try the falsetto voice.
Sure. O'Day's the name, and falsetto voice is my game.
Or if you want to try the pinched voice, copy Farfel's voice.
Alrighty. If that's the way you want it, Mr. Nelson, I don't mind.
So which will it be, student? The falsetto or the pinch? Take time out right now. Sit in front of that mirror and holding your mouth in the position I taught you, try the simple alphabet using first the falsetto voice,
Like mine here.
then using the pinched voice.
Like mine is. Of course, you don't have to sound so sad if you don't want to.
Come on, student, it's practice time again. Back to the mirror and pick out the voice that works best for you. Go ahead now, and good luck.
There was this guy who was a regular guy who lived a regular life. Got up 7:30 every morning, had the same breakfast, kissed the same wife goodbye every morning, went to the same office, came home. This he did Monday through Friday. On Saturdays, he played with the children, did handiwork around the house. Sundays, he took the family out in the station wagon to the suburbs. And there they looked at the houses and the trees, the billboards, the gasoline stations, and the railroad crossings. And his life might have gone on like this forever. Except one night, something strange happened to him. You see, he went to bed at 10:30, and some of his friends stayed up later. And one of them, closing up a place that closed at 2 in the morning, decided to call this regular liver and said, "What time is it?" on the telephone. Well, he woke up and he said, Who's this? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's no time to call. Bye. But the practical joker called every night, 2 o'clock in the morning. He did this for 2 weeks. The friend cajoled, said, "Who is it? Stop." Finally, after 2 weeks, the practical joker lost interest in the joke and did stop. Then came 2 o'clock, and the phone didn't ring. So he woke up. Why isn't the phone ringing? And he discovered that the only way that he could go back to sleep was to say, "What time is it?" And look at his watch and say 2 o'clock. Then he could sleep. He did this a couple of nights until he began to think, when it's 2 o'clock where I am, what time is it in New York? Or in Hollywood? Or in London? Or in Hong Kong? In Cairo? He didn't know. So the next day he went out and he bought himself some clocks. He got clocks from all over, and he put them all over the walls, and the time was there. He knew what time it was everywhere that counted. And this made him feel comfortable. He became so interested in time that he got little egg timers and gave them away as presents. He read about time in books, sidereal time, time way out in the universe. He knew what time it was on Arcturus and the Pleiades and the Milky Way. One night, though, at 2 o'clock in the morning, the light wouldn't go on. The fuse had blown. But suddenly he realized he knew what time it was without even looking. Not only in the important cities of this world, but in the entire universe. And naturally, he began to brag a little the next day. He told people, "I know what time it is." And they tested him. And he did know. The administration had changed at this particular time, and they wanted to save money. So they got rid of all their astronomers, all their telescopes, their weights and measures, and they put this man in Washington in a little room where he sits to this day, simply saying, "Beep, the time now is..."
ATC clears Commander 6842 Sierra to the Hawkins intersection via Victor 210. Climb 2 and maintain 17,000. Cross Alhambra intersection at 15,000. Contact Los Angeles Center 2 minutes northeast of the stadium intersection. Expect further clearance no later than 0952 Greenwich. ATC clears Apache 7639 Papa from over San Bernardino to the Palmdale Airport via Victor 8 and Victor 137. Climb 2 and maintain 16,000. Climb from 14,000 to 16,000 in accordance with visual flight rules. If not possible, maintain 14,000 and advise. ATC clears Cessna 5273 Alpha to the Chatsworth radio beacon via Victor 23 Saugus, direct Chatsworth. Descend to 10,000 immediately after passing Saugus. Maintain 10,000. Hold north of Chatsworth on Victor 29er. Contact Burbank Approach Control 120.9 megacycles when over Chatsworth. No delay expected. ATC clears Navion 5227 Kilo to the Gorman Omni range via Victor 25, Victor 107, and Victor 29er West. Climb 2 and maintain 10,000. Report intercepting Victor 107 and passing through 6 and 8,000. Report reaching 10,000. ATC clears Beechcraft 1364 Victor to the Catalina intersection via Victor 208. Maintain 6,000. Contact Los Angeles Center 125.6 megacycles approaching Bonita. No delay expected. ATC clears Lockheed 44 Papa Alpha to the Lake Hughes Omni range via Victor 107, Victor 12, and Victor 23. Climb to and maintain 20,000. Maintain VFR until 5 minutes east of Fillmore. Contact Los Angeles Center 134.2 megacycles approaching Victor 299er. ATC clears Piper 5762 Papa to the Los Angeles Omni range via Victor 16. Climb to and maintain 10,000. Climb so as to remain below 6,000 until 5 minutes west of Ontario. Contact Los Angeles Approach Control 124.8 megacycles after passing La Havre. ATC clears Myers 3611 Delta to the Lucerne intersection via Victor 8. Climb to and maintain 14,000. Remain well to the left of the March Air Force Base ILS localizer until 8,000. Traffic is an Air Force B-47 northwest bound, descending from 7,000 on an ILS approach to March Air Force Base. ATC clears Cessna 8669 Tango to the Los Angeles Airport via Victor 8 and Victor 23. Climb to and maintain 14,000. Take off west and climb to 8,000, heading 270 degrees. Reverse course and enter airways at 10,000 or above. ATC clears Piper 2809er Alpha to the Long Beach Vortac via direct course to the Hawkins intersection. Direct course to Ontario, Victor 8 to Long Beach. Maintain 16,000. Maintain 14,000 until 5 minutes south of Victor 137. Report leaving 8 and 10,000. ATC clears Cessna 5989 Echo from over Los Angeles to the Fillmore VOR via Victor 16, Victor 8, Victor 137, and Victor 12. Maintain flight level 260. Cross Ontario 10,000 or above. Cross Montana below 14,000. Reports leaving 8, 10, and 12,000.
Exactly. I have great hopes, for my attacks to fame. Not that I want fame. I live in solitude and I'm happy not to be famous because my good life would be over. But it's based in a four-pronged attack. And one will be my autobiography, which ranges from the snowfield in Russia, Central Russia during the big war, to the deserts in Saudi Arabia, where I had a contract to design solar cell electronically cooled garments for the pilgrims in Mecca. And I spent the night in jail in Saudi Arabia, and the next year I met His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed Al Faisal, the chairman of the Bank of Saudi Arabia, who wanted to go in business with me, and I turned him down. So it was my autobiography, and then my poetry, and then my play, and then of course my scientific background.
I'm standing on an embankment. I'm very high up. I'm looking down on a landscape, on a vast landscape. It's all dry.
It's a scene that one would never see or never has seen in one's life.
It looks like the moon because it's all dried up. It's a very funny red. It's like the moon.
It was the atmosphere, it was the air, the freshness of it all. And as I looked, I could see the mountains. They seemed to be around me and yet far from me, as though I was somewhere that was so high and so very fresh, a freshness that I've never felt before. It seemed to be in a foreign country.
And in the distance, a black cliff. A big, towering black cliff.
The scene is always sort of rather grey and dark, rather misty.
And then the sun began to come up over the mountain. So the sun began to rise. And instead of being mist and fog, there was a most glorious sunshine and a beautiful sea.
And I saw this very deep blue sky. And these beautiful white clouds, they weren't rain clouds. Beautiful white clouds were mounting and mounting and mounting. And that was the whole scenery.
It's a scene that one would never see or never has seen in one's life.
I can remember great big blue feeling of clouds, blue sky and clouds.
I went over lots of fields and things, I seem to remember. Lots of fields and things.
And there was a very deep blue sea. I could hear this voice. This woman singing. I couldn't hear what she was singing. It was a foreign voice. But her words were clear, although I couldn't speak the language that she was singing. Her words were clear. I knew that I was somewhere foreign. It seemed to be in a foreign country.
It looks like the moon because it's all dried up. It's a very funny red.
Getting hazier and hazier.
It's the colour of earth, but the red is kind of a terracotta red. The whole of this landscape, the whole of this surface of the land is broken up and dried up like a riverbed, as though it's made of clay. All of it is cracked. It's just like the moon. It's all dried up and cracked into hundreds and thousands of cracks and holes. It's like the moon. It's red. The whole of the surface of this land is red.
Getting hazier and hazier.
The colour of clay, I suppose. Yes, it's the colour of clay, and it's all broken and cracked over, rather like a clay pot or something like this. And the sun has dried the whole of this surface. It's just like the moon. And in the distance, a black cliff. A big, towering black cliff.
And I looked into the distance. And as I looked, so the sun began to rise, began to come up over the mountain. Glorious sunshine. And I looked into the distance.
And I could hear this voice, this woman singing. I couldn't hear what she was singing. It was a foreign voice. I knew that I was somewhere foreign. It seemed to be in a foreign country. And I saw this very deep blue sky. This very deep blue sky. And there was a very deep blue sea.
This is Frank Edwards reporting. How real are the flying saucers, officially called unidentified flying objects? On December 24th, 1959, the Inspector General of the Air Force notified all Air Base commanders that flying saucers are a serious problem. The government of the United States has issued orders advising the military how to recognize the UFOs, how to report them, and how to handle fragments of them. Are the flying saucers really solid objects? The Canadian government says it has borrowed pieces of flying saucers from the U.S. Air Force. The government of Brazil collected several ounces of tin, which dripped from a UFO onto the city of Campinas. The Norwegian government reported in 1952 that it had located and recovered the outer shell of a UFO, which, it said, was certainly not made on this earth. Slowly but surely, the irrefutable facts about UFOs have filtered through the veil of censorship in this and other countries. Slowly but surely, the nature and extent of this remarkable phenomenon has become public knowledge. By patiently piecing together these bits of evidence as they become available, by carefully weighing the guarded statements of scientists and military agencies involved in the study of unidentified flying objects, we shall see that they are indeed serious business. What should we do about them? What can we do about them? Let us consider the case of the Argentine naval transport, the Punta Madonnas, which was making its way across the South Atlantic near the Falkland Islands in September of 1963. An enormous craft of unknown type and origin approached the naval transport from astern. The officers of the transport estimated that the object was about 800 feet in diameter. It was gray in color, like dull aluminum, and in shape it resembled two huge soup bowls placed together, rim to rim. As the strange craft approached, slowly and silently, and about 100 feet above the sea, the Punta Madonna's compass gyrated wildly. The lights went out. The intercommunication system went dead. The radar and radio ceased to function. The ship was virtually helpless. For 20 minutes, this state of affairs continued, and then the strange aerial craft rose ponderously into the heavens and vanished as mysteriously as it had come. This is not an unusual case, let it be noted. The Secretary of the Argentine Navy says this was but one of 13 such cases in which giant UFOs had interfered with the operation of Argentine naval craft in a 3-year period. There was no hostility in their actions, but there was unquestionably a powerful electromagnetic field which overwhelmed man-made gear while the UFOs were near. The captain of the Punta Madonnas found that he could do nothing while his vessel was within the field of the giant UFO. It was an experience that has been shared by many persons in the air, on the ground, and at sea. The captain of the Punta Madonnas was as helpless as, for instance, our own astronaut Major Gordon Cooper. As Major Cooper was making his final orbit of the Earth in May of 1963, he was approaching Perth, Australia at night. Suddenly, Major Cooper radioed down to the tracking station that he was being approached by a greenish glowing disc with a faint red glow on one side. It was traveling east to west, which no man-made satellite does. 200 persons at the tracking station watched the object on the gear there. They saw it approach Cooper. Then it veered away from him and sped on out into space. It was only the first of many such cases. Every American astronaut since Gordon Cooper has also been approached by unidentified flying objects. And each time the UFOs come closer to the astronauts, and each time they remain a little longer. In 1965, Major Edward McDivitt photographed one of these objects near the capsule in which he was orbiting the Earth over the Pacific Ocean. And the photograph, as released by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, clearly shows a bright, egg-shaped thing which leaves a visible trail from its propulsion system. The astronauts have all been approached by UFOs. One of our surveyor shots to the moon was followed by UFOs, according to NASA. These things have caused power blackouts by official admission. Individuals have been burned by radiation when they got too close to to UFOs, and mid-air collisions with planes full of passengers, and near collisions as well, can also be found in the reports around the world. These incidents are but a small part of the worldwide story of what we officially call unidentified flying objects.
The next two statements will give you an opportunity to measure quantitatively your ability in listening.
Hello, we welcome you to now another candid camera presentation. Now, we're going to show a girl and I am having an invisible dog. And we're walking down the street with my little dog who is bobbing up and down like a kitten. And along comes Miss Farb, okay? Candid, go! Okay. Joanne, do it. Oh, yeah. Wait a second, dear. Wait, okay. Wait, I have an invisible dog, and you don't know that. Okay. Now I got you. She's going crazy. How do you like my dog, miss? Would you mind it? My dog. Your dog? Yes. Where is it? Your dog? It's right down there, see? Would you please pet it? Because I want you to pet it. Gotcha. Well, now we'll do another one. Now we're gonna, I am this lady at a grocery store, and my customer is gonna buy a wig. Okay, shoot. Would you like a wig, my dear? Would you like a wig? No. You're supposed to, dear. Yes. Okay, what color do you want? A blonde wig? Yes. Okay. Blonde. Okay. Blonde. How do you like this? No. Well, wait, I'm gonna put out. Okay, goodbye, cuddles. And wait, I'm gonna erase this, so goodbye. Darling, I love you.
Spaghetti ravioli, beef around the
That was our private song.
Sit down in the same favorite chair, or lie down on the same comfortable Chesterfield that you used when applying the suggestions on side 1. That's right. Just get yourself completely relaxed. Good. Now you are in the mental attitude to start. Gaze at one position high above your head. Gaze intently at that one position. Breathe deeply and relax. Yes, just gaze at that position now, and as you gaze there, your eyes are already warm. They are moist. They are watery. Your eyelids are very heavy. You have trained your mind to relax, and already you are perfectly at ease. Close your eyes now. Relax your tired mind. Just let yourself sink down into a deep relaxation. Every nerve, every muscle relaxing now, from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head. The nerves and the muscles of your feet and your legs are relaxing. All energy is leaving you. You are perfectly relaxed now. Your waist and your stomach muscles are relaxing as you are breathing deeply. And now your chest muscles are relaxed also. And your shoulders are so relaxed now. And your arms and your fingertips completely heavy, wonderfully relaxed. Your neck muscles are relaxing perfectly, and your shoulders are so relaxed. Your face muscles are relaxing, and your mind is so perfectly at ease. And now my voice is going to count down. I will count down from 30 to number 1. When my voice reaches the count of 1, you will take a deep breath of air deep into your lungs. You will breathe it out with a sigh, and you will relax deeper than you have ever relaxed before. I shall now begin. 30. You are perfectly at ease. 29. Slowly sinking down into a deep, deep relaxation. 28. Going down deeper, deeper and deeper. 27. So heavy, very much at ease. 26. So perfectly calm. 25. You are going down deeper. 24. Your perfectly trained mind is relaxing more and more. 23. Your body is relaxing deeper and deeper. 22. Perfectly at ease. 21. So calm, so very calm. 20. Perfectly relaxed now. 19. Feeling heavier and heavier. 18. Becoming so heavy with relaxation. 17. Only my voice matters now. 16. Relax deeper and deeper. 15. So tired, you are very tired. 14. You are relaxing deeper now, still deeper. 13. You are at ease, more at ease than you have ever felt before. 12. You are calm, so peaceful and calm. 11. Beautifully relaxed now. Yes, deeper and deeper. 10. There is no strain, no tension now. 9. You hear my voice perfectly. What my voice is saying is true. It is the truth. 8. You are at ease, relaxing deeper. 7. Down, 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 deeper now. 6. Relax, relax. 5. So at ease, so calm. 4. My voice is relaxing you deeper. 3. You are heavy with relaxation. 2. Completely at ease, completely calm, completely relaxed. 1. Now you just take a deep breath of air. That's right, deep into your lungs. You breathe it out with a sigh, and you relax deeper than ever before. Deeper and deeper and deeper. At each word, at each sentence my voice is speaking, you will relax deeper and deeper. Only my voice matters now. What my voice is saying is true. Your mind and body require this relaxation. They benefit by it. You will learn to give yourself this relaxation every day. You will find each time you listen to this recording that you relax deeper and deeper. This relaxation will strengthen your mind and calm your nerves. All nervous tension will melt away. You will no longer need to seek relief from tension and excessive eating. You will no longer wish to overeat at any time. You know that excessive eating and the accumulation in the body of excessive fat is dangerous to health. You know that overeating increases your chance of suffering from heart disease. You know that excessive weight may shorten your life. So, you will now find that the overeating habit is repulsive to you because it is unhealthy and expensive. From this moment on, your will to cast aside the overeating habit will grow stronger and stronger. You will eat and enjoy an adequate, nutritious, scientifically approved diet. The diet that your doctor has recommended. This diet will steadily and safely reduce your weight to the proper level and control it at that level. You will faithfully follow the medically approved system of exercise, which helps to eliminate excess fat, which tones up your body and gives you a feeling of vigor and vitality. You will enjoy your diet. You will feel satisfied by it, because you know that it will provide just the nourishment your body needs. You will not have the slightest desire for extra food beyond the prescribed amount. You will find that if someone offers you any item of food that is excluded from your diet, or if someone offers you an excessive amount of any food, you will want to smile to say, "No, thank you," and refuse it. You will refuse it, and you will find pleasure and satisfaction in so doing. You will regularly check your weight, and you will feel pleased and proud with the progress that you are making. You will notice the increased strength, suppleness, and sense of well-being that results from your program of exercise. You will notice, and your friends will notice, your steady reduction in weight, and how pleased you'll be with a more healthy, more youthful, more attractive appearance which you achieve by your diet and exercise. You will persevere with the use of this record until, very shortly, these suggestions are deeply rooted in your mind, so deeply that you will be able to apply them yourself without the need of listening to my voice. These suggestions will help you to form new habits of moderate, controlled eating and of regular exercise. They will lead you to a happier, healthier way of living. And now, when my voice reaches the count of 3, your eyes will be open. You will feel alert, refreshed, and cheerful. 1, you firmly resolve to follow your prescribed diet and to persist with your prescribed course of exercise. You will easily, pleasantly reduce your weight to the proper level and permanently control it there. 2, every day in every way, your powers of self-control and self-discipline will grow stronger and stronger. You will relax in mind and body whenever you need and desire to do so. You will notice the steady improvement in your health, and you will feel pleased with it. 3, Now you are perfectly at ease. Open your eyes. That's right, completely at ease, alert and cheerful. Now you will regularly use the suggestions on this record to establish and maintain your new habits of controlled eating and exercise. You will then go on to apply the suggestions yourself without depending on my voice. Remember, impress these suggestions deeply in your mind. Make them a permanent part of your thinking and of your life. You will benefit in improved health, in improved appearance, and in a lasting sense of personal satisfaction.